Hey, hey. Bradley Charbonneau here. Fixed my theater, my stage. Thursday Thunder. It's actually Thursday. I'm actually going to get this out on Thursday. Unlike the past two Thursdays, which has been something like frequently Friday or Fuzzy Friday, or I don't have a name for the Friday thing, Follow Up Friday. But no, it's Thursday. We've got some thunder. In fact, we've got some, I think that was a firework. In the Netherlands here, they're kind of crazy about their fireworks. Hey, Pepper the Pep, Pepper the Pep, come on. And he gets scared, and which is unfortunate name of my podcast and weekly video here, because it is thunder. Oh, Pepper, come on, Pep. Cactus Pips, Cactus Pips, Cactus Pips, Cactus Pips, come on, Cactus here's a bunch, Cactus. What's here? Yeah, good boy. Jabba Jabba. Come on, Pips. Come on, Pip. Come on. Everything. Okay. Hey, Pip. Stop. Good boy. All right. Lifetime. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Hey, sorry for that slight disturbance. Let's get back into action. You know what? This is real. I'm leaving that in. This is sort of this is the real deal, and this is actually a perfect example of things gone wrong, things unexpected. But you know what? This is the one of today, November 25th or something. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Hello, American people. It's Thanksgiving today. In the Netherlands, I remember talking with a British friend, and he says, yeah, no, we don't really celebrate that. That's like you leaving us and thanks for being gone and everything. So he's like, yeah, no. No, that was Independence Day. Anyway, I am mixing up my holidays. Let me get to the point here, because clearly I'm fumbling, although I'm not, because I had quite the clarity this morning. Although when I first woke up, I didn't have the clarity, but then two things happened that got me the content for today, which is in a way my meta content for today was that if or when you're working on something, stuff just comes in. So if you're working on a book or you're working on a podcast episode, you're working on a video, the content just comes in. It's like you're pushing a boat down a river, or you're pushing a barge through the water. You know how you make the wake, but then it's going to come back, and then in this case, it's going to come follow you and find you, and the content will find you. So when you're busy with creating something, the more creating comes in. And if you just start creating and you think, I don't have any ideas, and then it will come. But you have to start the boat. You've got to open the sails and get that sailboat going to get that wake moving to have it come in. So, that all said, got two ideas for you this morning. One, my sister is in Italy, and she's visiting her daughter who's doing a semester abroad in Italy, and they're in Venice, and they're doing a glass blowing class, afternoon or something like that. And they're making something. And she was making a ring, and her husband was making I think a Christmas ornament or something. And so at the end of the day, or I think they'll pick it up later, they have a thing. They have something that they created. And who knows? Maybe it's a piece of junk and it goes into the junk drawer, and that's that. But that's fine. But maybe it's a thing they hold on to. But also what it is it's an experience that occurred. And I'm going to mix this in with the second thing I'm talking about, because if you think this experience occurred and then they have the thing they created and they lose it, or it gets lost in the drawer, or they don't think about it, that experience is still in them. So even if the thing is no longer there, the experience is still there. Element number 2 of today. My wife was watching, if you live in the Netherlands, there's a guy, Ali B is his name. And he started out as like a rapper dude. He's Moroccan, Dutch, super cool guy. But when you listen to him talk, he's got these big ideas. And in other words, he's not just a rapper dude and he just raps. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. He's got well-being events. He's got, I think he has a show. He has a theater production or something. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff. And related to this, they were talking about, I'm totally mixing up my stories. Related to this, there was something where they create this art, and yeah, you create this art, and then you. Okay, now I'm really mixing up my stories because now I'm talking about a completely different. I'm all over the place this morning. Can you feel me? But you know what's related is I'm creating, and it's going to come together. I promise. And if it doesn't, I can delete it and I can do it again. So in this course, they created this thing, some art, and then at the end of the progress, the end of the few weeks or something like that, they destroyed it. And this was heartbreaking for the people who were involved. And especially one girl who said, "Wait a minute, I finally have created something good in my life. I like it. I'm proud of it. What do you mean I'm going to destroy it?" And she didn't want to do that. And yet the teacher says, "Hey, it's okay, because what you have created is in you. This thing, yeah, that's the outcome of your work, but the experience is in you. So you can completely smash this thing on the ground because you can do it again now. Whereas the first time you can't just magically visualize and have this thing appear. You need to do the work. You need to do the thing, then crush it, fine, although that's kind of harsh. But then you have it in you so you can do it again and again and again. This brings me to my final point. So we've got, boy. Oh, and also, I picked this for a reason. This is evergreen, and here are leaves that are going to fall this year. So that leaf, that tree, those leaves are only from 2021. They're going to fall and die and turn brown and turn into the ground and all that stuff. Great, right? That's the season. That's the cycle. Yet those leaves had a good time this year. They did their thing. And these pine needles, they're not called perennial, is it? It's called annual. It's a word I should probably know. I think perennial is seasonal, right? And annual is, I don't know. Do these leaves, these ever shed? They do. They're on the ground. Okay, so we've got all that. But then back back to what my main point. I swear I have a point. I've got fireworks. I've got dog scared. I've got Ali B. I've got show. I've got lots of stuff going on. I've got plants. If you're still with me, thank you for one, because I swear I have a point. And my point is, writer guy that I am, my quick idea is a book a year, a tiny book, but a book that you finish. Because the book that you write this year, the piece of art that you create this year, the podcast episode that you make this week, the thing that you do this year is only for this year. Next year, you can't repeat the thing you thought you wanted to do this year. You can't do that next year. It's not the same thing. This year is you of this year. You know what my dream is? My dream is that my 18-year-old son writes a book every year, because I would love to know what's in his head, because he's 18 and he's a boy. He doesn't talk to us. So if he wrote that out, that would let him get it out there. And then even if he never showed a soul, he would remember back to the breaking the thing and it's inside you now. What if he wrote that book? It's out there. It's not really out there, but it's out of him. He has it. And he could burn it if he wants. But he's created it, and so now that creation, that experience is in him. This is where I'm going. What if you wrote a book every year? What if you wrote a book and you never showed anybody? That's fine. But it got out of you. It existed. And then you can do what you want with it. You can toss it, or you can, maybe it's great. I've now, Pepper, ni I've written 31 books. Do you think my first book was my best? No. Pepper, ni Nate. He's chewing on his, I really got to go. Um, no, my first book was not my best. I think, Pepper, stop to me. I think I think my best book is either Every Single Day or it's Create. Create is also, Pepper really needs to leave. I need to wrap this up. So that's basically my thing. Come find me. If you can't find me already by watching this thing, I mean, it's not that hard. Click somewhere, go to repossible.com. Contact me if you want to write a book a year. I'm getting a group together in January. It's kind of geared towards entrepreneurs and having a book become an idea that might become a business or a project or a program or a consulting or a who knows what. Or you know what might happen? We do the thing, we create the thing. You know what? You realize that's a terrible idea. I should not continue with idea. And a lot of people are going to say, well, that's silly. Why would I create this thing that's a terrible idea and I'm not going to go further with? Because of exactly that. If you're even a tiny bit entrepreneur, you know that we just make projects and products and offers all the time. I write a lot of books. Are they all great? No. But back to math here. If I make 10 things, are they all going to be great? No, by definition. Is there one best one? Yeah, by definition. Is there one worse one? Yep. But which one? So which one should I continue with? Oh, I don't know, number 7. But if I had created 0, nothing, how do I know which is the best? How do I know which is the worst? How do I know which year I was thinking this or doing that? Pepper, stop! He's all right. I really got to go. Uh, Come find me. Let's write a book a year. I'd love to write more. I was writing like a book a month last year, and I'm actually missing it because just like this morning, when that boat is making that wake and then it's coming back and then the ideas come, they just start flowing in. And that's a beautiful energy providing thing. Think about that. It provides energy. You just got to open the sail, start the sailboat, and then the ideas come and they catch up with you. That's what I'm looking to do. And that's what I'm looking to do. My version of that world is books. That woman was doing art teaching. Pepper, stop. Stop, you mate. That woman was doing books and stuff. I mean, art. I'm doing books. This has been the most chaotic Thursday Thunder possible. Pepper, because we got Doggy over here biting through his. I'm going to go save this poor guy. Um, all right, I'm wrapping up. So, do you notice this? Was this my best produced podcast ever? Absolutely not. But was it better than the nothing that I could have done? Yes. And so, because it's better, because it exists, I can improve on it. Because the ideas got out of me, I can work through them. I can work on them. I can make them better. And next time, it'll be even better. But I got the idea out of me. And that was the idea for today, November 25th, 2021. Happy Thanksgiving. This is what I'm thankful for. I am thankful for coming out here every Thursday and getting the ideas out of my head. From my head, they're fine there, but get them out of you and then they become something. That's what I want to talk about today. So let's get those ideas out of you. Let's make books about them. Maybe we trash them later, but maybe not. And that's the risk I'm willing to take. I'm Bradley Charbonneau. This is Thursday Thunder. Unfortunately, thunder scares the poop out of my dog. So we got to get going. And the Repossible podcast. Come find me at repossible.com. Ask me about a book a year. Ask me about getting your first book done. And maybe it's total trash, but I can almost guarantee you it's going to lead to something else. All right. Have a great day. And I'm going to go